Alright, yes, Shalom Akim. Ariel back at you with another video. So before I start, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakah, Kwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Akim, the sincere Akim, the Afwakim and the Wafbanim. That's the elect men, women and the children in the Hebrew. And I want to say shout out to the house of David. Yes man, this video is gonna be on that video that's circulating around, and there's many other videos on this on white women who makes distress call to police after a black man, so-called black man or African American man, asks her to leash her dog. And there's so many videos around a similar thing where the Edomite woman just shows her beast. The beast comes out, the dog comes out, and she shows her true colors. But we're going to lead with the scripture, and then we're going to check out the little clip. Psalms 10:2 says, "The wicked in his or her pride doth persecute the poor. Let them that be taken in the devices that they have imagined." The wicked in his or her pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Like I always say, the E or the Shedamite woman is worse than the Edomite man. Let's check out this quick clip.
Where leashes are mandatory. Christian Cooper is an avid bird watcher, and he apparently made the request because the law was created to protect birds and other wildlife. Listen to what happened next.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking a picture and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
African American man.
Right, and she knows the weight of that accusation. She knows exactly what she's doing by making that accusation, calling the police and saying there's an African American man threatening my life. So she wants him lynched. In a nutshell, she wants him dead. She wants him lynched, just like all these other Edomite women in the past what they've done. And she's probably one of them back here in the reincarnation doing what they do, is get niggers, ignorant niggers, killed. Right, let's let it carry on. She knows the weight of that accusation. That's why she's doing it.
Man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
There is an African American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my... I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
Yeah, victim mode, you see? See, I done a video on these Edomite women because I sussed them out a long time ago. I've seen what their game is. You know, be aggressive, and then all of a sudden become passive aggressive. You see, and then play victim. And that's what gets a lot of niggers killed, ignorant niggers. Just like in the past with Amit Till. We're going to hit some scripts, Akim, because everything, it goes back to the scriptures. There's nothing new under the sun.
Police did not make any arrests. Amy Cooper later apologized. The investment firm where she's a vice president placed her on administrative leave, and she returned the dog to a rescue shelter.
So yes, she ended up apologizing because the game plan has been blown wide open. The Most High is exposing them devils. You know, I'm tempted to read another scripture because we're in that time there where the Most High is causing them tongue to fall upon themselves. You see, the Most High is exposing them. All their old tricks is starting to they're used up. All their old tricks has been used up. Right, Psalms 37, and we're in the time of judgment now. And 12 says, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his days is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation." Right, this is the point. "Their sword shall enter unto their own heart, and their bows shall be broken." So we can't afford, as I always say, that the wicked in what they're doing, past, present and future, fall upon their own head. And I always put up curses on these wicked devils, especially the most wickedest person on the planet that wants to go under the radar, the Edomite man and the Edomite woman, which the Edomite woman is worse than the Edomite man.
And she returned the dog to a rescue shelter while the matter is being addressed.
Yeah, I bet that hurt her pride. She ended up apologizing because it's been blown up and it's been played out. What they've been doing for years, for decades, for centuries is all being played out. And the Most High is making it, blowing it open, exposing them.
Apologize, the investment firm where she's a vice president.
Humble yourself and apologize, you dirty dog.
Later apologized, the investment firm where she's a vice president placed her on administrative leave, and she returned the dog to a rescue shelter while the matter is being addressed. A candidate running to be Manhattan District Attorney said it's a good thing Christian Cooper recorded the incident. Eliza Orland says she's tried cases where the DA's office uses a, quote, hysterical 911.
Yes, because it would have been another lynching, man. The police would have come and just would have shot him up. She phoned the police and she said, yeah, it's this black man, this big black, dark, murderous looking, scary looking black man is threatening my life. And they would have come and just shot him up if he didn't video record it, you see. It would have been another George Floyd murder.
Tried cases where the DA's office uses a, quote, hysterical 911 call as categorical evidence of guilt. Gail, even before she dials, she says she will tell the police there's an African-American man threatening her life, and then...
Right, the scripture has come out again. Look at him rubbing his head, you see. I know all the signs, man, the body language, the signs of distress. You're not distressed for what happened. You're not distressed for the wickedness that the woman was plotting. You're distressed that her being caught and it being exposed. That's what's distressed you. Right, so they use the distress call as evidence against her. We go back to Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in their devices that they have imagined. They're going to be taken in their own devices. It backfired in a nutshell.
There's an African-American man threatening
her. He looks sick. Look, he looks sick.
Intentionally raise her voice to concoct a sense of danger. Throughout American history, there have been innumerable examples of African-Americans falsely accused who've been imprisoned.
Look at that Edomite look. Sick. And the demons there. See, I could see the demons in them, man, under the surface. Oh, we've been caught. One of our best devices or anchors have been found out. The Edomite woman because they've killed so many black men now. Oh, what we're going to use now? See, that's what's going through their minds. God, that was a powerful vessel that we had, that Edomite woman acting like a victim. How many niggas have got killed because of that? They're sick to their stomach. Look at them.
Innumerable examples of African Americans falsely accused who've been imprisoned, shot, lynched. And as Attorney Orleans points out, I shudder to think...
Go on, you see? It's common knowledge, man. Even this newscaster here, he looks like he could be a Jake, but then again, he could still be a T. Could be it could be but still, he might be a Jake. And he's going into a bit of history, man. This is old news. How many people died?
She dials. She says she will tell the police there's an African-American man threatening her life, and then you hear her intentionally raise her voice to concoct a sense of danger. Throughout American history, there have been...
Exposed. Cocked her voice to that cry for help. I know psychology, and I watch them and I study these devils. When I see them coming up, I cross over. When I see them, women, anywhere they're around me, I watch them and I see the body language, and I just get away. I see the spirit. I read spirits. I may not be the best reader in writing, but I can read spirit very well, and I stay right far away from Edomite woman.
Tell the police there's an African-American man threatening her life, and then you hear her intentionally raise her voice to concoct a sense of danger. Throughout American history, there have been innumerable examples of African-Americans falsely accused who've been imprisoned, shot, lynched. And as Attorney Orleans points out, I shudder to think what would have happened if Mr. Cooper had not been filming.
It would have not been another dead lynch nigger.
There's videotape. I think as the daughter of a black man and the mother of a black man, this is really too much for me today. I'm still rattled by that last story. And she's practically strangling her dog to make these false accusations against another black man. I'm still so upset, Vlad. I'm so sorry. I'm still so upset by that last story where the man is handcuffed underneath a car where people are pleading, please, he can't breathe, and we're watching a man die. So we go from that story now to this story where she falsely accuses a black man on television. I mean, I don't even know what to do or how to handle this at this particular time. I know that this is, I'm speechless.
And this is for all you dumb niggas that are under that spell of the Edomite woman, that you either love the Edomite woman or you're married to an Edomite woman. You need to wake up out of it. That's a spell. That's a spell. And that reminds me of the dream I had. You know, I broke down a little bit of that dream in one of my recent videos. Yashala shall get spiritual power, next level spiritual power. The video I entitled that. And that reminds me also of a video I did on the psychopathic Edomite woman. Background check on the psychopathic Edomite woman, or background check on the Edomite woman, or the understanding the minds of the psychopathic Edomite woman. All to do with psychopaths. That's when I see Edomite woman, I see a psychopath, and I see a black dark demon. So the dream I had when I was I actually became I was able to shapeshift. You know, and I used the example of the Martian Manhunter. That's the latest video I did, and I shapeshift just like the Martian Manhunter. You see, the Most High gave me that spiritual ability to do that, and I was able to pull it off. And I was one of their either supervisors on the building site, or a boss, or a foreman on the building site, and they invited me to one of their clubs. It's either a club or some kind of place, and because I passed it off, I done the job. It was all from the Spirit of the Most High. They never suspected me. I played it off as a boss or a supervisor. I went in the club and I saw Edomite men and women doing witchcraft. They was in the midst of doing witchcraft. They was doing some left movements to the left, movements to the right, you know, left hand sided stuff, and chanting to their god, their devil, doing their witchcraft and chanting. And I saw in there, this came back to me. I saw nurses in there. They had, some of them had white cloaks on. Teachers, Edomite teachers, men and women, teachers, because we know that people that are under that cult, yeah, that Masonic cult, a lot of them are in either teachers, nurses, lawyers. They're high up in society, and they was worshipping the devil. So that's the dream that I had, exposing, which the Most High, what he's doing now is exposing these devils. So a lot of them are nurses that worship the devil. So when you go to the hospital and all them place there, which I done videos on that, beware of the angels of death. A lot of them are nurses, they want to give you injections. So we learn and we observe through the power and spirit of the Most High. And if you look at these faces here when they're talking, you can see the devils, the demons in them. They look very, very uncomfortable being found out.
I don't even know what to do or how to handle this at this particular time. I know that this is, I'm speechless.
Someone else, you know, that person's overacting a bit. Gail King, you know, she's overacting a bit, you see, but they've been exposed and they have to play it off, you know. They have to play it off.
I'm really, really speechless about what we're seeing on television this morning. It feels to me like an open season, and that it's just not sometimes a safe place to be in this country for black men. And today is too much for me. Tony and Anthony, I'm going to turn it over to you too.
Yeah,
Tony.
That video, that video went from bad to worse, and the elevated panic in her voice, the performance in order to heighten the situation for 911 is really off-putting. And I want to point out also that the individual who was filming it, who was accusing her of not leashing her dog, that may seem like he's being a nudge or he shouldn't be, you know, policing these minor laws. Those laws are really important when you live in a city, and he's a birder. Bird people know those laws are really important for birds. So it wasn't a minor thing, and her escalation it was just totally inappropriate, Anthony.
No.
Yeah, she was actually, it wasn't he was threatening her, she was actually threatening him as you watched.
Yes, that's the psychology of the Edomite woman, you know. Threaten you which I done that video. Check out. I might have to repost that video, actually. Background check on the Edomite woman, because it really does it hits the ball out of the park. Right bang on truth, that video. Background check on the Edomite woman, because she plays the victim, yeah, and it's all very, very covert. Bang on.
She was actually, it wasn't he who was threatening her, she was actually threatening him, as you watch the video. I go through that area all the time in the Rambo. There was a time many years ago it was considered somewhat dangerous. It is now a haven for bird watchers. They're always there with long lenses and cameras and stuff like that. So there is a reason that law is there to protect the birds. All right, Vlad, what else have you got?
I say again, Anthony and Tony, Vlad, thank goodness that it's videotape. Thank goodness that there's videotape on both of these stories, so you can see what is happening here.
And, you know, Gail, to the point that all of you are making,
We'll be right back.
this is not the first time.
Yes,
We've talked
very
about Emmett Till,
Exactly.
the Scottsboro Boys, the Trenton Six, Lena Barker, the Central Park Five. It's just happened in history over and over again, and now we have video.
There certainly is a history. All right.
Listen to what happened next.
Right, there certainly is a history. So they have to speak it out. It's the most I put in the spirit on them. Psalm 64:8. It causes their tongue to fall upon themselves. So they have to address it. It's all over Twitter, and there's so many other videos of Edomite women calling them the centennials on the so-called black African American, because they want him dead. They hate you, and don't you be fooled. So all you that are under that spell of the Edomite woman, either married to her or in love with her, this is for you. This is the Most High is making them see who they really are, their true colors. That's why Job said he didn't want them around him. He didn't want them around his dogs. You see, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So it's all gonna fall back on them. It's all gonna come back on their own head. All the lies they've been doing. They've been digging their own grave for years. They've been doing this. Most are going to make it come back on them. And yeah, if there's any Edomite women on my plantation, which just for fun, I may have some on there just for fun, and they'll be walking around looking like Emmett Till, man, because that's what you call justice. Psalms 120. We're going to get these Psalms here because I like the number. Psalms 144:7 says, 144:7, a nice number. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me from out of the great waters, from the hand of the strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Lying devils them. Their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. The wicked are estranged from the womb. That's another one in Psalms 58 and Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born, they go astray, speaking lies. We're going to get this one to end it off. Point made. This is a knockout blow. Knocks clean out, spark out. Psalms 120:2 says, deliver my soul from the Lord, from the lying lips, and from a deceitful tongue. What shall be given unto thee, and what shall be done unto thee, thou false tongue? Sharp arrows of the mighty with coals of juniper. So that's the point. Deliver my soul from the lying lips and from a deceitful tongue, from the lying Shedemite devil and all them that love to lie. So yes, man, Shalak Rayam wa Nasham wa Bajam be upon all the wicked lying devils, the Shedemite man and the Shedemite woman, and what they do may be exposed and blown open 110%, and everything they've been doing to us, past, present and future, may it fall upon their own head. Babu Shah, to what I feel my prayer, to what man. Shalom to all the sincere elect. We out.